Hi everyone, I'm Froniga and this is Aussies Do Homeschool season, and today I'm going to be revealing why I left my career as a lawyer and started to homeschool my two beautiful children, so stick around. So I'm going to put you on now to Sienna, who's going to tell you a little bit about why she likes homeschooling and why she wanted to homeschool in the first place. Okay, so this is Sienna, as you know, and I just wanted to get your opinion. I've been speaking today about why we chose to homeschool. That's gross. And and sort of from my perspective why we homeschool, but I wanted to get a little bit about your perspective. So I thought I'd ask you some questions and give you a bit of an interview so that they get to know sort of how you feel about homeschooling. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yep. So why did you, because you actually used to ask me before we started whether you could homeschool or not. Remember that?
Yeah.
Why did you used to ask me?
It seemed fun.
It seemed fun. So that was the only reason? You just wanted it because it was fun? Was there any other reasons? Not really. So just because it was fun. Or it seemed
It sounded
fun.
fun.
It sounded fun. What about it sounded like it was fun?
You get to stay home.
You get to stay home. And do you remember when we first decided to homeschool, I was like trying to warn you against it almost?
Yeah.
Like saying, oh, you know, make sure you don't think it's just going to be a walk in the park. You know, we're actually going to have to do school work. Do you remember that? Did that turn you off at all?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Well, obviously at the end of the day it didn't, because you still wanted to homeschool. And why did you think we started homeschooling?
Because Hunter needed to do it.
Because Hunter needed to do it. Do you realise it was actually more you?
Yeah, because you told me.
Because I told you, but at the time you thought it was more Hunter.
Well, yeah.
Well, it was sort of both of you, but you were more of the catalyst. Like, it was the fact that they told me you needed a bit more help outside of school was sort of what made it decided it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we've been homeschooling now for a year and a half,
Maybe.
I think, or a year. I don't know. Anyway, and how do you feel about it?
It's cool.
Was it what you thought it was going to be?
No.
No? What did you think it was going to be? More hanging out? Not doing so much work? Or
Yeah.
did you think it was going to be more work?
I thought it was just going to be, you sat us at a desk and then you gave us things to do on the computer, and we'd have a schedule and we'd follow it all day.
Ah, so a bit more like school at home.
Yeah.
Like doing what you used to do at school but at home.
That's the part I wanted to do. So.
You wanted it to, what did you want to do? You wanted it to be more like school.
No, I wanted it to be like at a desk, and
You wanted to be at a desk. Oh, that's interesting.
then like the computer would tell us exactly what to do, and then we just do it all on the computer, and we wouldn't need you, and you could just check on us or whatever.
Ah.
That
And
sounded fun.
That sounded like fun. So you just left to yourself, basically, and the computer.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Me and my best friend.
And do you know why we don't do it that way?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Can we get the dog away?
no, she's
Well,
mine.
yeah, can we not have it?
No, not sure. Even though I said yeah.
I think if I left you to your own devices, A, you probably wouldn't do anything. And
Probably
B, sometimes you need help.
wouldn't. Oh yeah, we could just call you whenever we need.
Ah, you just call me. Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
That's
And
the
do you
way I
like
want
the
it.
way it is?
Yeah, I hate those seats though. Like if we could
Oh, yeah,
just...
Sienna doesn't like where we do homeschool, although we kind of do it in different places. Sometimes they sit on the couch and other times we sit at the table. But she doesn't really like the table chairs, do you?
I prefer my desk now.
Your desk man. But when I let you go into your room, I have no idea whether you're doing any work
Well,
or not.
that's why I said you can check in.
Oh,
Like,
get you.
and then there'd be a schedule. You just put on the piece of paper and we do it all.
So if there was one thing that we could change about homeschool, what would you change?
That.
You'd rather sit at a desk and I just tell you what to do? Oh, really?
Yeah, I like being to myself and doing it. It's fun, and that I want to do that because I thought homeschool was being there.
Oh, fair enough. And Meow Meow's running around outside. Well, there you go. So that is my daughter's perspective. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I like potato chips.
My kids are weird. Did I mention that? Ever so strange.
I like shrimps as well.
All right. So Sienna is now going off to tennis. and yeah, I better send her that way. All right. So next, I'm going to be talking to my son. Okay, so this is Hunter, as you are most aware of. So today, what I'm talking about is why we started homeschooling. I've had it from my perspective, and I have spoken to your sister. And now I want to speak to you and see how you feel and what your thoughts are. So I suppose we'll start with... why did you initially want to homeschool?
Mostly because of bullies. Those guys are real big butts.
They're real big butts, are they?
Real big butts.
So for you, it was more about your relationships and the trouble you were having with relationships.
Yeah, they're annoying. They don't really mean they're more just annoying.
Annoying, yeah.
Like obnoxious.
And when we first decided to homeschool, how did you feel about it?
Great.
Great.
I like homing at school.
Homing at school or schooling at home?
I like schooling at home. Homing at school. I like homing at school. I like homing at school.
And what did you think homeschool was going to look like?
Good.
But what did you think it would look like, as in what we would do, the logistics of it?
I feel like it would just be like a normal school, but with less people.
This is funny because Sienna said she thought it would look more like a normal school as well. So what were you picturing?
Just that. Normal school, but with less people.
Fair enough.
Literally just that.
Well, I suppose it is, kind of. And now that we've been homeschooling for a little while now, how do you feel about it now?
Good. It feels like that. It just feels like home. It just feels like it's a normal school, but with less people. That's what it feels like.
But I mean, at school, you would sit down and you'd answer set questions and you'd have to get through a certain amount, then you'd change subjects a lot, which I know you used to not like when you had to change subjects all the time.
Yeah.
Because you had a problem with that at school. Do you feel that way about homeschool? Or?
No, because we do all our stuff in the exact same location.
Yeah, most of it. Sometimes we sit on the couch.
Yeah, but 99.9% of the time we sit over there on a table.
On our dining table.
Just a table.
A dining table.
No, it's a table. That's where we eat.
That's a bench.
No, we eat there. It's a bar table.
So, are you happy that you started homeschooling?
I've answered that, yes.
And if you could change one thing about homeschooling at home, what would it be?
Being allowed to play video games every break.
Oh.
Yep. I need to level up.
Playing video games,
Every
eh?
break.
Yeah, because I don't usually let them play video games
Only
until
sometimes.
the end of the day. They have to be super good for me to let them play video games
They're always
throughout
super
the day.
good when it comes to school. Don't you dare! I am. No.
And do you think that being homeschooled has really been a benefit in your life?
Yes.
Do you think you feel better about
Yes.
school in general?
Anything saying homeschool is good? Yes.
Okay, so it's thumbs up for homeschool.
Yes. A+.
So you're happy you left normal
Plus.
school? Do you feel more confident as a student?
I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna say yes.
So there you have it. Anything else you want to say?
I'm gonna go get the dog now.
So that was Hunter and his thoughts about homeschool. So you can see both my children like homeschool. Again, they're both a bit weird. And unfortunately, they both did the same weird
This is
thing.
not your
Did
episode.
you realise that Sienna did the same thing?
Wait, what?
Okay, so you've heard from me, you've heard from my daughter and from my son, Hunter, and basically, yeah, we're really happy that we started homeschooling and the kids are happy. Is it easy all the time? No, it's not easy all the time. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I wonder why I'm doing it. Sometimes I wonder, should I be doing it? Sometimes I doubt whether I'm doing the right thing by my children. Other days I feel on top of the world. I feel like there is no other way but homeschool, and I am the best thing for my children. And I do believe that at this point in their life, they need me to help them. And I want them to be confident students, and I want them to be, to have a love of learning. And I want that for them. And I believe that our homeschool can give that to them. So there you have it. That is why I homeschool my children. I hope that wasn't too long-winded for you, and I really appreciate you supporting me. Next week, I'm going to be talking about EE, which is Extension Education. I'm going to be introducing you to my secret teacher, who's not so secret anymore. I will show you a little bit about what the kids do at Extension Education, and my teacher will tell you what it's like to teach kids like mine who are a little bit outside the box. So that's next week. Now remember, if you like this video and you want to see more on my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button down below and the little bell so that I can notify you every time I drop a new video, which is every week. Thanks guys, and I will see you next time. See ya! I realised that Sienna did the same thing.
Wait, what? This is not your episode, Mum.
Sienna grabbed the dog and put the dog in front.
This is not your episode, Mum. We're gonna blooper this.
Alright, bloopers. No! Ah! Don't hurt the poor dog.
Bye.
Ah! Far out, doggy.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hey, puppy.